Integrity.
Jay, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Doing good. That's good to hear. Good to know.
Whew.
Let's talk to him, Jay.
This is so new. Like this whole setup, I love it so much.
That's what's up. I appreciate that.
Yes,
That's what's up.
very much so, sir.
That's what's
Okay.
up. Let's talk to him, Jay. You living or you surviving?
I'm living.
Come on now. I love it. I love it.
I'm
Explain.
living. I love this question. I heard you talk about it in your other podcast, but also just like other people saying it. Like, I don't know who told me that living is the struggle to exist and courage is not courage. That living is the courage to thrive.
Wow.
And I love that.
Wow.
And that's why I feel like I'm always living, because I always just want to grow, you know?
I love that.
I love it.
That's what's up.
I love it.
That's what's up.
So I'm definitely living.
Welcome to the Integrity Response with your brother, CEO Khacki. Every individual sitting across from me doesn't believe in being typical, ordinary, or familiar. They're elite, meaning society's norms don't sit well with them. They believe in raising the bar for themselves, family, and for those they may never meet. From those in humble beginnings to those in the midst of greatness and legends who've paved the way. With a comedic edge, I will ask the questions that hold value, and I believe we'll gain insight to the real them. It's the Integrity Response.
Before singing, songwriting, at the age of 9, what did you want to be?
At the age of 9. Ooh, 9-year-old me.
Go ahead.
9-year-old me was Sarah.
Go ahead. Okay.
It's my government.
Come on now. That's what's up.
And, ooh, what was I doing?
4th grade. Right about 4th grade.
4th grade, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was best friends with Destiny. Didn't know her last name, because why would you care about someone's last name in 4th grade? What? Destiny.
Right.
It's her name in my mind.
That's it.
I think in 4th grade, I stole her candy necklace.
Gotcha.
So that was a big deal for me.
Real.
That's my biggest memory of 4th grade. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I did get her one. I did give it back. But what did I want to be?
Right. What do you want to be?
I think I always wanted to be I didn't know the word for it, a writer storyteller.
Gotcha.
I loved writing tiny little stories in a notebook.
Gotcha.
And my mom would always find them and be like, who wrote this haunted house story? And
Right.
she'd read it to the family and we'd laugh about it.
Wow.
But honestly, it was very detailed and very articulate.
It was really good.
Yeah, for
That's
4th
good.
grade.
That's what's up. That's
Big
dope.
words. Yeah.
Growing up, did you R.L. Stein, Goosebumps, did you read
No.
that? You didn't read that type? Okay, gotcha.
4th grade, I read Geronimo.
Gotcha.
Do you know that series?
I'm familiar with it. Don't know it.
Okay.
Definitely.
I think it was called Geronimo. It was like this rat that always went through these adventures, and it really got my mind like provoked of like, dang, like these are really cool adventures. I think it really altered my creativity to the next
Gotcha.
level. But that was my favorite series. I was always looking for the next book to come
That's
out.
what's up. That's what's up.
Wasn't big on reading, but that series got me every time.
Gotcha. What was your favorite subject in school?
Subject in school was...
What was the language arts? You said
It
you
had
didn't like
to have
read.
been, I never thought about it in school too much, but it had to be like writing.
Gotcha.
Like, what
Okay.
was that? Is that language
Language
arts?
art. It is language. Yeah.
Shoot, that was me.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
That's
big
what's
language
up.
arts girl.
That's dope. That's
yeah,
dope.
I loved it. I loved essays. It's weird. I did. I loved writing. I loved anything that had to do with a story being told
That's
or
dope.
research being done. Big on that all through
Real.
university.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. Let's talk siblings. You have any siblings?
Yes.
Okay. How many do you have?
Okay, there's 4 of us all together.
Okay. Where do you fall?
I'm the last.
You're the baby. Okay. That's what's
am.
up. That's what's up.
I'm the
Okay.
baby.
That's
I'm
what's
the
up.
baby.
Okay, definitely. So, about how far apart are y'all?
It's wow. My brother's in his 40s.
Okay.
My sister's in her early 30s. My other brother is 28.
Gotcha.
29. He just turned 29
So
yesterday.
y'all are far apart.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk about where you grew up. We spoke off camera regarding some places you grew up,
Yes.
places you lived,
Yeah.
places where you thrived, places where you call home.
Yes.
Where were you born?
Born in, thank you for that.
you're
Born in Milwaukee.
Come on, that's what's up. Definitely.
Raised, okay.
Come on now.
Raised in Flint, Michigan.
Gotcha. Okay.
Moved to Stratford, London, Ontario when I was
Wow.
15.
Okay.
Moved to Stratford, moved to Guelph. These are all places in Ontario
Right,
and Canada. Then moved to Toronto. Then moved to Atlanta. And yeah,
Wow. Stratford, you're saying Ontario.
Oh, good. You remember? Yeah, Stratford.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the bigger city.
Do you know anything
Toronto.
about Stratford or no?
I don't.
Okay, it's okay. That's normal.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Stratford's just a big art city.
Wow.
Like it's where like Justin Bieber was from. It's really big on like plays and stuff
Gotcha.
going on, and a lot of people travel from all over Canada to actually go to Stratford for
Wow.
plays.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that was a cool experience because I got to meet a lot of arts people in that realm. But the reason I moved from Flint, Michigan to Stratford
Right.
was I got a scholarship for singing.
Come on.
Yeah,
That's
I
what's up.
did.
That's what's up.
Ah,
That's
I
dope.
get the little
That's dope.
sound.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So, all right, around this was okay. Before we move ahead,
Yeah.
in high school, you was known as the kid that
Sang.
really.
Yeah, I'm on. Man,
Always.
I don't know if it's still up, but I was on like the front page of the website and
Come on.
stuff. Like it was like, I got a really good scholarship for singing.
That's dope.
And it was cool. I got to travel around different parts of the world. I got to travel to Montreal, to China, I was in Washington, like all these different places. Bermuda, that was cool.
Wow.
Just to sing.
And you said you
for
like
real.
China the best
I-
out of all of them.
You know what? China was super. I
know,
learned
it's
a lot
crazy.
from China. That's
Right.
Bermuda probably might have been my favorite.
Wow.
But I learned the most from China for sure.
And this was considered a boarding school
Yeah, it was.
that you went to.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so for those that's not enlightened about the boarding school, we
Okay.
did one thing. What was it like for you that transition, going into boarding school? What was it like? Like what? Seeing these,
Wonderful.
right.
I loved it. A few of my friends have also been in boarding school, not the same one as me, some the same one as me, but they have also had that experience. They've had a very different experience. The specific boarding school I went to was called Nancy Campbell Collegiate Institute, now called Nancy Campbell Academy, I think.
Gotcha.
And I loved them.
Right.
They were a Baha'i, which is a religion,
Okay.
inspired school, and they focused mainly on like world citizenship and
Okay.
kind of just having the individual gauge and understanding of the world, which I really appreciated.
Right.
Because school doesn't do that. Public
Absolutely.
school doesn't
Absolutely.
do that. So I really loved that. I loved the principal. I loved my teachers. I loved the people. It was 60 kids in the school.
Wow.
You
So
got to
a
know their
lot
last
of
names and
individual
first,
attention.
okay?
That is dope.
Yeah, you got to know who they were, like you got to actually be a community in your
Real.
school, and everyone liked everyone.
That's dope. So
At least in my years.
right.
You
How
know?
long were y'all at these places? China, was it weeks on end?
2 weeks.
Months? 2 weeks. Gotcha.
We would spend 2 weeks there.
Wow.
Yeah,
You weren't
performing.
afraid. You were at this time. I'm assuming.
No,
11
I
to-
embraced it. I was
Wow.
so, and I still am very
Right.
happy. But at the time, I was like, it was super happy. Like you're a kid, your parents are paying.
Absolutely.
You don't have to worry about finances.
Absolutely.
And you're getting to travel
The world.
and perform.
Wow.
What? Yes, you're gonna do that and love it.
You still keep in contact with anybody from the group?
Of
16,
course.
that's dope.
Not like on a
But definitely, just
not like on a
That's dope.
daily, but yeah, it's so much love for them. If they reach out, they're gonna be able to have a place to stay and
that's dope.
a place in my heart.
After high school, college. Was there any plans for college?
Yeah, there was actually. I kind of forced my parents to
Okay.
make me stay in Canada. I loved it so
Okay,
much.
awesome,
So
awesome.
the people here are too nice. I can't leave. I remember that conversation with my mom.
Right.
Yeah, and I stayed. I
That's
decided I wanted to go to school in Guelph because I knew a lot of people in Guelph.
Guelph
a
is
good
where?
amount, like 5 people. Guelph is a city that actually is in between Stratford and Toronto.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like Stratford, Guelph, Toronto.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to be there. My dream when I was younger, now that not in 4th grade, but when I got in early high school, was actually to live in Toronto, which
Wow.
is funny that you
That's dope. That's
said that
dope.
now that I remember it. Yeah. So I said I don't want to go to University of Toronto because they're a very tough school.
Really?
So I said, let me do one down
One
from
notch
there.
down.
Yes,
Right. Okay,
one
gotcha.
notch down.
Well, you
Because
had-
I want to enjoy
That's
school.
real. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you had plans, after sophomore to go to the University of Toronto?
Yeah.
Or? Gotcha.
No, not University of Toronto, but to live in Toronto.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So I finished my schooling in Guelph.
Okay.
I graduated
What was your
with
major?
honors in psychology.
Come on now. Come on now. Man, that's what's up.
I
Definitely,
loved
that's
it. I really love forensic psych, but I'm scared of that world.
world.
I'm scared of being manipulated by like criminals specifically.
Gotcha.
Like, dang, what can they do? Yeah, so that was the whole thing. But I did move to Toronto after Guelph,
Dope,
after
dope.
school, and I loved it. And I stayed there for a year until I realized I wanted to move somewhere in the U.S. for music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How was the scene musically out there?
In Toronto?
Right.
Amazing, actually.
Really? Y'all
Amazing.
very cultured.
Talented artists, culture. Toronto is the most diverse city in the world, and I will stand by that.
100%.
I have Googled it multiple times to make sure I was right.
Just hearing the lingo, so many different lingos in one city is ridiculous.
You know what? It's crazy that they've actually adopted different Asian cultures, specifically Caribbean culture at a certain extent, a lot of Indian culture, like into their language.
Right. Yep.
And now people are talking dumb fast.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Come on, Fab. Shout out to
They're
111.
talking- okay.
Shout out to 111. I had 111 in here too.
Oh, yeah, he's from Toronto.
Yeah, he sure is. Shout out to
Yes,
111.
I really actually, I fuck with him. I fuck with him.
So,
Yes.
Definitely. Let me ask you this. If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self some type of advice, what would you tell her?
18-year-old me was in university, probably second year or first year. Yeah. What advice would I give her? Calm down, girl.
Real.
Okay. Calm down. You know what's crazy?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Is that I was thinking about this. In school, you are told what to do. That's
Right.
cool. Awesome. And then when you're in 9th grade, you see the 10th graders.
Yes.
You see the 11th graders and you see the 12th graders. You understand what's next.
Absolutely.
When you get out of school,
It's
you don't know what's next.
no direction.
You got too much freedom.
Absolutely.
Everything's kind like paid for to a certain extent. You know, you don't really know what's going on. You have no control. You have no control, but every control over your life. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're doing. You're a little lost. And it puts you in a position where you're like, whoa.
Right.
Let me try out everything that I didn't know that I could do and prove to myself that I can do this.
Gotcha.
And it might be dangerous.
Right, absolutely.
You know, I think I involved myself in things where I was like, that's not the person I am now.
Gotcha.
But it's definitely something I needed to go through.
Understand.
Okay.
Absolutely. You had to find out.
Yeah, I
But
did.
you seem adventurous.
Yes.
Real.
I am.
It's like you have to see what's on the other side
I
of the hill.
do. To a certain extent, though, I don't go all in on things.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I definitely dip my foot in,
Right.
see how I feel.
That's right.
And I'm usually retracting it.
Gotcha. But you have to know it was
Yeah,
cold.
I do.
Something. Right. Real. So
Yeah.
so from there, from college,
Yeah.
Toronto, and look, I want to say this for the viewers.
Okay.
Toronto.
Yeah.
You can't say the T right at the end, right? Toronto.
Toronto?
You do say
No,
Toronto.
I'm just kidding. I say Toronto.
Right, without the T at the end.
Oh,
right.
wow. I didn't even realize that.
Absolutely.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's how you're supposed to say it, I heard.
Toronto.
Right. You're not supposed
Toronto.
to say the toe. You're supposed to say Toronto.
It's like a D instead.
Right.
Toronto.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, I guess.
Real, right.
Shoot. Wow. Who told you this?
I think it was 11:11. I think so.
He's smart. I didn't
Yeah,
realize I was
right,
doing
yeah.
like people were doing that.
Right.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
Toronto. Whoa.
Did-
Okay.
when you was in college, did you work or were you really just
I worked. I made
Gotcha.
sure I always could pay my rent.
okay? And what was your first job?
Oh my gosh. It
Go
was
ahead.
at a poutineery.
What is that?
I'm sorry. I keep.
Right.
Poutineery. People in Toronto know what it is.
Uh-huh.
It's a poutineery. It's gonna be. You don't know what poutine is?
I don't.
You gotta get out there, bro.
Come on now.
Fries,
Wow.
cheese curds, gravy. If you want a topping, you can have it. The place I work, Smokes Poutineery, had
Wow.
pulled pork, bacon,
Stop
cheeseburger,
playing.
different
Where-
steaks. Like, yeah.
Where did it stop? Where did they stop serving it around Connecticut? Why do
Ooh, I
I've
don't
never
know.
heard of
They
it?
have a few places in Florida because my parents
Oh.
are from there, or not from there. They live there, so they know about the poutineries
Wow.
around there just because of me. But
Right.
yeah, the only place I've actually thoroughly enjoyed it was not even the place I worked at, Smokes. No offense, Smokes.
Gotcha.
Was in
there
Quebec.
goes your sponsorship.
Okay. No, but at in Montreal,
Gotcha.
they made really, really fresh fries and stuff, and it just seemed like everything was very, very well done there. But
Wow.
yeah, I worked at a poutineery. That was
That's
my first
dope.
job.
That's dope. What's something you learned about yourself working at your first job?
These questions are driving me like so reminiscent.
Come on, sis,
I love
take it
it.
back. Take it back.
People don't ask me these. Sorry,
Absolutely.
you said what was your first?
Well, what's something you learned about yourself working at your first job?
Learned about myself. Oh, I didn't know how to work with people that you're forced to work with.
Go ahead.
That
Fill
was
check.
yeah.
Go ahead. You saying something?
Because it's in an intimate environment, right? So
Absolutely.
it's just one kitchen
Absolutely.
and a cash. I was working with people who were addicts. I was
Gotcha.
working with drug addicts. I'm not big on that at all,
Yeah.
absolutely at all.
Right.
Which is fine. It just,
I do. I know what you're saying. It's like,
It's a
man,
different
It is
lifestyle.
like absolutely.
yeah, and I ended up actually just doing the cashier.
Gotcha.
Because my boss was like, yeah, I get it. So she was a little more understanding of like, yeah, like, you know, these people were saying outlandish shit. And
they're bold. Very bold.
And they're always very high. And it's like a different type of high I've never seen, you know? So I was just, it was alarming. It was too much. So I just did the cashier. It was too much. They're too comfortable and it was too much. So yeah, I learned how to work with people that you are forced to work with.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Dope. That's real. Let me ask you this. So we are from, when did you know you had this gift, number one, to sing? And when did the confidence start to reign? Was this around elementary, middle school?
The confidence start to reign. Wow, what a wonderful question. Okay. I loved singing from a young age, but I never sang. My sister sang. Amazing, by the way. Check her out.
Come on.
Daisy Grow Yellow.
Come on, man. Shout out to her. That's dope.
Daisy Grow Yellow.
Come on, that's
Instagram.
dope.
Oh, we love her. She's amazing. And I always heard her sing, and I always heard people praise her, and I was like, that's my sister.
Right. That's
and I think we got in a fight one day. I'm not holding this against her at all. I love you, Corinne. But we got in a fight one day, and she yelled at me, and she told me. And after the fight, I was singing in my room, and she heard me, and she's like, don't try to be like me.
Oh, go ahead.
Yo, the way that hit me
Yep.
for years, I was gonna sing in front of people, and I just didn't. I was planning on it. I had actually a whole thing worked out with one of the guest coordinators at the religious center I worked that my mom worked at. And then when she said that, I was like, I don't want to sing. She's right. I don't want to be like her. And I actually
embodied that.
Yeah,
I didn't want that for a while.
I didn't want to sing. I was like, she's right. I was trying to sing like her because I thought she was amazing.
Absolutely.
And at her age, because she was like, young. She was like 17, 16. She was like, you don't want your sister to be like you.
Absolutely.
You want to embrace your own identity.
That's
it's
right,
an important thing for you.
Absolutely, right.
So I took it and I sat with it. And then it wasn't until someone at the religious center was like, hey, we want you to sing this song. And they didn't let me say no. And then I did.
Gotcha.
Then I was super embarrassed. Even though I got like super
Praise,
love from it. Yeah, I did.
Right.
And then I would sing a few videos on Instagram and stuff. And then I met this guy and I was like, oh my gosh, I can sing.
Right.
And he was like, okay, let me hear you sing. And then I showed him I could sing. And then he basically, I feel like, I don't know if he's going to quote to this, but I feel like he basically told me, I'm not going to be friends with you if you don't learn how to sing.
Real.
Learn how to sing for other people. And I was like, fine.
I can do it. Right. I can do this. It's real.
Fine.
Wow.
And I did. And I embraced it. And I would go to the studio, you know what I mean? And I would do all these things that I wasn't comfortable with.
Right.
And, it took a lot out of me because I was so uncomfortable. And what my sister said still sat with me for some reason. Obviously, to this day, no.
But you looked up to her, so it was a big deal.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
That's my girl.
Absolutely.
My sis.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was a whole thing. And yeah, he really helped me get out of my shell. And I'm forever grateful for that.
Can you take your fans, take your supporters back to that first feeling when you heard yourself back after that recording? Because it's different when you hear, you're like, wait a minute, was that me? Like, what is that feeling?
It.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So you're your biggest critic.
Absolutely.
And all I could think of was either how much I sounded like my sister.
Okay.
That was a big part as well.
Gotcha.
Not gonna lie, that stuck with me. And also what I could have done better.
Okay.
Just because I knew that such a large audience would hear it from the platform that, was being exposed to. So I was like, I don't like it.
Okay.
And the person who, I'm gonna say this is the official recording, who recorded it and stuff, was like, what are you talking about? Like, bro, this is lit.
Right.
And he put it out. And then I was like, and honestly, I told him it was okay to put out. So no hate on him at all, But then when he put it out, I didn't want to share it.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't.
You want to put it out, you deal with it.
Yeah. And then I got so much backlash from not sharing it. And I was like, but I don't like it. Why would I share it? And then that became a whole thing. And I did realize, okay, girl, Jade, if you don't like it, you let him know. And you redo it.
Right.
And do it to the best of your standard that you feel comfortable with. And then share it.
Right.
Because if not, it can come off very offensive.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's so true.
And I think that was something I learned as well. I don't see a big issue on me not sharing it, but I do see okay, I see how that can come off, and I'm gonna make sure I do better next time.
Right. Real.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So while we're on that, what's your recording process like in 2024 going into 2025? What is it like?
I like it being different. I like whatever artist I'm working with, kind of like going off their style.
Real.
I like either writing first, I like a melody first, I like a beat first, I like people writing before they know a beat. I like
Gotcha.
people having a beat and kind of just doing a little mumble before. I like everything. I think it's so cool to be able to be so versatile in that regard.
Right.
It also helps your versatility
You
when
don't
it
hear
comes
that.
to genre.
That's so true. You don't hear a lot of people saying that. You know,
Yeah.
most people have one and stick to that.
Yeah.
No art, you know. Right.
Yeah, you're right. That's fair.
That's so true. That's,
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it. It helps you. It helps you. It also helps with your creativity. You don't know what you can learn.
Go ahead.
What? If I try your method and I don't like it, I'll go to mine. But if I try your method and I like it, can't say I'm mad.
For real.
Okay.
What's some things you have to have with you while recording? What's some things you don't want around you while you're recording?
I want my best friend around me all the time.
Shout out to Romeo. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Love you, Nora.
Is he? Is it a guy? Or
It's a girl.
Is she into the music as well, or?
She's so supportive.
Come
And
on.
her sisterhood that she helps me with video and stuff.
Okay, dope. The B-roll.
Love them.
That's right. Dope.
So either one of them nearby, I feel safe.
That's good.
I can't do it on my own, but I think if I was in a really big studio like Atlantic or Sony, I think I would need a little bit of
Absolutely.
love with it.
Okay, right.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real. Did you have a formal training, all self-taught, sister over your shoulder? How did you come about perfecting?
Just me.
Real.
Yeah, just me. I guess Adele was a big inspiration.
Come on. That's
Adele
what's
was
up.
a big
That's what's up.
inspiration. I like Nora Jones. I can't say she was a big inspiration because I only know like one song.
Okay.
But
that song
I love
was,
her.
Right. That song was that song. No, that's real.
That song gave
That
it,
song
okay?
was real.
Drake was a huge inspiration. Isn't
Drake
that crazy?
Is a huge inspiration to us all.
Isn't
no,
that
it's not
crazy?
crazy. That's my top 3 artists.
Okay.
What? Drake is.
People call me crazy. People be calling me. Take Care was a big inspiration for me.
Man, folks do
Okay.
not, like, how they say, like LeBron, like Drake, we won't realize what we have until they're gone. They're done with the game. I think that's what's happening right now.
I didn't know people said that.
They
That does make sense,
It's just
though.
how it is. We just don't realize, and then they obsolete from the game. You're like, man, this kind
Yeah.
of game is kind of whack
Wow,
right now.
I didn't think about that.
So
Wow.
for sure, that's
Wow.
real. If you could collab with any artist, regardless of the budget, if you could collab with any artist right now, who would it be?
I think they asked me that on
Gotcha.
my last interview,
Okay,
and I
gotcha.
said Brent Faiyaz.
Classic.
And I think I'm gonna still abide by that for real.
You know you dope when you're not co-signed by a major and Drake reaches out to you to get a
Yeah.
feature. You know you're dope.
I think I'm actually extremely confident Drake thinks I'm dope.
Come on.
Yeah, I am.
Y'all have a actual.
Which is interesting to say out loud, huh?
Do y'all have any kind of a camaraderie? Do y'all know each other? Or
No.
camps? Anything?
No, I don't know him.
Come on.
I don't know him. I mean, like, he's put himself in a position where he's Drake. You know, he gets to decide who he knows.
That was a
Okay.
bar.
He gets to
That
decide.
was a bar.
He
That was
does.
a bar.
He can say, I've seen you, but I don't know you.
That was
Or he
real.
can say, I've
Right,
seen you and I
right.
do. And I respect it because he put himself in a position where it's like, I am Drake and there's one of me.
One.
You can be named Drake, but you ain't Drake.
Real.
And that's different to me. That's a different type of fame.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
It's a different type of fame. Of course, I think anyone would collab with Drake if they had a chance. I think Drake lit, bruh. I do.
Real.
I think he's lit. I think his discipline is lit the most.
You have to. People don't see that part either.
Yeah,
The,
I
the
think.
ability to stay in the studio, the
I'm
ability
not.
to
I'm not from Toronto.
go ahead.
I shouldn't have put it there.
No, you good.
I'm not from Toronto, but ever since I was 11, I'm around people from Toronto like half the year, and I feel like I'm from Toronto at this point. I know it's not saying I'm from it, but I really do.
Absolutely.
I actually, when I was in boarding school, I would save up when I would just take a go bus, which is
Gotcha.
like just a bus
Right.
to Toronto, and I would just sit in a coffee shop and just study there.
Absorb.
I would just be in the city. I wouldn't tell anyone I was there.
Wow.
I would go and I would leave at the night when the last bus happened. Yeah, I would do it probably once a week.
So you really
Yeah.
this fearlessness you have.
Yeah.
Well, who do you contribute that to? Mom, dad, older brothers, older sisters. Who do you contribute that to? This thing where you just like you seize the day. You're not afraid of.
My parents were not helicopter parents, like they were like, they raised me to an extent where like, if you feel it's the right thing, you do it. And Not that I felt Toronto was the right thing.
But no, just having that ability to like go.
Yeah.
Not.
I said if there's a but, I would Google. You know, Google started becoming a thing. And when I would Google like trains to go bus schedule, and I would just hop on a bus. Now in boarding school, I probably did it twice a month.
Gotcha.
Ish. In university, I started twice a week.
Wow.
So, and go buses, like, it takes probably 3 hours from Guelph to get to Toronto.
Wow.
But I would go in the morning, and my friends could attest to this.
Wow.
I would go in the morning, I would study the whole day, and when I started building friendships in Toronto with people who had graduated my school and moved to Toronto,
Right. Gotcha.
I would hit them up and I'd sleep over, or I'd meet with them, and
Gotcha.
I went to Toronto more times than I'm gonna say.
When you moved there, how long were you there?
When I moved to Toronto, I was only there a year.
Gotcha.
Until I realized that I became familiar with a lot of artists. Specifically, I became familiar with Adam. I don't want to say your last name wrong, so I'm just going to say Adam. You know who you are. And Sunny Diamonds.
Gotcha.
And I really liked working with both of them.
Wow.
And Sunny specifically, I had a talk with him. And he was like, I'm excited to work with you, but he's like, I do have a lot. He's like he's produced for OVO. He's really cool.
Come on, that's what's up.
And I really respect him as a person. Screw like, what he's done. Like he's a really cool person.
That's dope.
Lord. And he was just someone you could call and like, have a bad day and talk to.
Gotcha.
I really like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is his trade engineering or he's an artist?
He's a producer.
Okay, he's producing as well. Okay,
he's
gotcha.
A producer,
dope.
He's really good at mixing. And I had a talk with him, and I was like, should I move to the States? And he was like, I respect it. He's like, I actually think you could grow more if you move to the States.
Wow.
He's like, that's how Drake got big. That's how The Weeknd got big. That's how Justin Bieber got big. That's how all these other artists got big. Tory Lane, like all these big people. So nowadays at least. And he was just saying, I respect it. So after that, I called up my homeboy from Atlanta, and he said, yeah, move down here. I'll help you out.
That. That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up. While we're on this trivia, Toronto,
Yes.
The Weeknd.
Yes.
You know how he got his name?
I don't, do you?
It's absurd how many people don't know.
Oh.
No, I'm saying like,
No, that's fair.
yeah, he moved to California on The Weeknd. He just left Toronto and moved to California on The Weeknd.
That's how he got his name?
That's how he got his name.
What?
He left Toronto, just moved to California on The Weeknd. That's how he got his name.
I mean,
Isn't that crazy? A lot of people don't know. That's how he got his name.
as much as I've heard
That's
about him,
real.
he's really been through
Yes.
the ringer. Okay. The ringer.
Real. Absolutely. What do you think the game is missing from your lens? 2024 going to the 2025.
The game is missing?
What do you think the game is missing
Can
in
you
totality?
describe that a bit?
The game. What do you think, from a songwriter, a singer, this music entertainment field, what do you think is missing? Substance, love, fun, what do you think is missing?
Can I say femininity?
Real.
Okay.
Go
Is
ahead.
that real?
We spoke about that off camera too. Uh-oh. Here we go.
I don't want to get canceled now. Okay.
But go ahead. Definitely go ahead. Go ahead.
I actually think Coco Jones does a good job about it. I think she's brought back a lot of soul and music. But I think it's because female rap has been such a big thing. No, don't get me wrong. I got no hate on female rap, but it does bring a different masculinity to the game.
Absolutely.
And I can't say that that's not true.
That's a fact.
And I think because it's almost overcame R&B nowadays, or at least in 2024, it I try not to say anything that's rude or hurtful. But yeah, I think that
I do. No, you're saying
I just
back
grew
the
up and women
feminine-
are such nurturers.
Come on.
They're very soft. They
They're
don't
very-
have to be, you can play
push
me,
over,
you
none
can
of that.
push over
No,
me, but we have a
absolutely. I know. Go ahead. You said you have a what? Go ahead and do it.
I feel like there's a role.
Go ahead.
But I don't feel like you need to play that role.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. I don't have PR for this. I feel like, I'm just gonna say it. I feel like, men.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I should go ahead. I feel like I'm a very soft woman. I can't say that otherwise. My friends are gonna say it. They're gonna agree to it. any guys I've been with has said that. And I feel like femininity is a big role in being a woman.
Absolutely.
And I think that should be embraced. And I'm just gonna period there.
It should be.
Now, don't get me wrong. Men have done a lot of women wrong. Likewise, and so and so. But
true.
it is something that should be taught.
Real.
I think. You know what I mean?
Real. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. Love
Yeah.
that. It's real.
Okay.
It's needed. It's needed. That's a fact.
And that's gonna be period. Actually,
Real.
period.
Absolutely. About 30 seconds of your time. I really appreciate your support. With every interview, my aim is to bring integrity and fun back to the culture. And I can't do it without you. If you're enjoying this episode, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate you. Back to the interview. With your music, what's some things that you're, inspiring others with? What's some things you're writing about? Of course, life is the biggest lesson. What's some things you're actually professing through your music?
Professing through my music. Oh my gosh, all the songs I'm making are love songs right now.
Come on, real.
Heartbreak or love.
It's all the same.
It's all isn't love. It though?
It's
at
all
the end
love.
of the day.
Absolutely.
The songs I just put. Did you hear it?
Which one?
I put a song out.
No, I didn't hear this.
No,
new
it's
one.
you good. It's
Go
called
ahead.
Sunday.
Okay.
And that's actually not like an uplifting song, to be honest. I do want a lot of my music to either be like an uplifting song
Come
or
on.
something positive, to be honest. But that song, it's kind of like a SZA song for
Gotcha.
real.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that whole song is like, I know you out here, but I love you. And it's crazy because that's the only song I've written in that regard.
Gotcha.
But it resonated to me to the extent of being in Atlanta. That's why I actually put it out, because
Gotcha.
I've made a lot of guy just friends here. And a lot of them have just been like, hey, like, it's okay to, be with this girl and have, different women on the side.
Gotcha.
And I think that really, really helped me, like, want to put out Sunday, because I was like, oh, this is something that relates to the culture here.
Real.
Like, it's about a woman wanting to hold a man down to the extent she can, or however, a woman wants to. And then a man still being like, no, like, I have this going on, but I do love you.
Gotcha.
But I have this, I have this girl, but I still love you. And so I wanted to make a song about that. So the song is it's called Sunday.
Why Sunday?
Personally, nobody got me talking about the songs I make. Sunday specifically, because I used to like this guy, but he was only free on Sundays. And that's it. It's not even that
Real.
deep. It's not even that deep. He
Gotcha.
only was free
free
on
on
Sundays. So the time we got together was specifically Sunday. I don't even know if he realized that we were only seeing each other
That's
on Sunday,
poetic,
but
though.
it's
That's really
cute.
poetic. That
It's
is
kind of
pretty
cute. When I
poetic.
tell people, they're like, "That's so cute," and I'm like, "It's kind of cute." But like, it's like he was only free on Sundays, so I just named the song Sunday.
It's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah. And so the song is like, okay, I'm going to wait on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but then it's after Saturday when the sun goes high, and that's Sunday.
How has the reception been towards the song so far?
It's been quite wonderful.
Come on, man. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
Great.
That's dope. That's dope. And I apologize for not hearing this, and I'm going to do my due diligence.
It just
and
came out
listen
2
to
days
it.
ago.
Okay, for
you
sure.
You are okay.
For sure.
But it's just the whole concept of like, it's just funny because I really have never made a song about, like
That.
being another girl.
Right.
It's always been being.
the main or
Yeah.
the gotcha.
So it's funny.
Hey, Ma. Your acoustic cover.
Hey, yeah.
I'm gonna look in the camera on this one.
Okay.
Pause. Pull up a tab. J 3 E's. Acoustic cover. Hey, y'all. Outcast cover. You went crazy
Oh, thank you.
on that cover.
Thank you.
It is by
Genuinely.
far the most purest sound.
Oh,
Like, you have a pure sound.
thank you.
I was like, huh? What? It sounds amazing.
Thanks.
Do you feel like you're through singing, you're uplifting, you're encouraging, you're helping people do certain aspects of their life? It
I
takes
didn't until this year. Yeah, I think, let me say last year or late last year when people started I started putting myself out there way more, putting way more content out, and people started like being like, bro, like your sound is so, like pure is the word they'd use. It's
Absolutely.
so, They said it's
Absolutely.
pure and unique. And those are two things that I can, again, I'm not mad at all. Those are wonderful compliments. Those are very individualistic comments.
Absolutely.
You know, and I really, really respect those compliments specifically. Having pure music is so rare.
It's so true. Just
Yeah.
like it ties into femininity. It's like,
does.
you know, it's like
Yeah.
that
I can't.
wholesomeness that we're missing.
Yeah. It does. You know what? Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll take that. It is. I really love it. Every single person I showed loved it. I made it forever ago. Not gonna lie to you. I made it at the beginning of the year.
Timeless.
I showed this guy the cover, and he didn't laugh at it,
Okay.
but he was like, "You're gonna like sing it better though when you do it, right?" And I was like, "Oh."
That's why.
Mind you, I
that's why
never
art is-
fixed it.
That's why art is so.
Yeah, I know, because I get that one
subjective.
comment.
It's that one.
And it was the first person I showed, because I just
Gotcha.
finished it, and I was hanging out with my homie, and I showed him it, and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna like do it properly though, right?" And I was like, yeah. Mind you, I didn't edit it at all.
It's raw. It's
And then,
man. I'm telling you, some just like we had the conversation. You know, some things go out, can't return void.
Yeah.
Just let it go out in the world.
I appreciate it so
Real.
much.
I'm telling you, because people, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the feeling is someone singing off the side of the highway.
Yeah.
Or someone in a professional studio in Hollywood. It's the feeling.
It's a
that you feel.
soul-taking moment.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely. That's real.
I respect that.
Jay, what currently drives you? What's keeping you driven?
What's keeping me driven is the fact that I'm this good.
Come on. She's good.
Whoa, what?
Jay.
What?
Let's drink to that. Oh, Jay. So, Jay, what do you currently rate your grind, scale 1 through 10?
Uh-oh. Let's be realistic now.
Go ahead now.
7.
Real.
7.
Real. Always room for improvement.
Like stupid improvement.
Come on now. But that's real, though. I love that. I love
People
that.
keep telling me I'm doing great. But like, what do they know? They don't see what I'm going through. They don't see that I'm coming home, you know,
saying
like
something.
from work and like sitting on my couch and just scrolling through TikTok.
You mentioned that before in your previous interview. You mentioned about that 9 to 5. You
Okay.
mentioned about how I'm ready for it to be over with.
Yeah.
And I love the fact, because you don't hear most people saying that and being that honest. Like, no, like I don't.
Oh yeah, they don't.
This ain't for me. You know, like everybody, I won't say that everybody wasn't blessed with a talent, but everybody wasn't, you know, you tapped into yours. And you know, like, you know what I mean? Like everybody don't tap into it.
Okay.
And because you tapped into it, you're like, it's not what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, and it's
That
like,
doesn't feel right.
it doesn't feel, you're physically there at your job, aren't you? You're never there mentally, in a sense.
I have never been there mentally. I'm being so real.
I know.
I can be
I
so
know.
good at my job and
Come
be like,
on.
so am I gonna do this verse or am I gonna do the last verse that I just did? I'm always thinking about music. It is crazy.
Wow.
I will find myself, because I'm like serving right now. Like
Absolutely.
I'll find myself
Go
like
ahead.
talking to a table and just like being like, do you do music? Because you look like you do music.
Gotcha.
And they're like,
real.
usually they do when I say
Yeah,
that.
right, absolutely, right.
Because they have there's a certain like, you know, artist
so true,
aesthetic.
So true, absolutely.
But I'll just find myself being like, how can I make this an opportunity to like at least meet someone, network,
that's
you know?
right, that's right.
If you're in a position, you know, do your
Right,
best
Absolutely,
to figure out how to get to where you need to be.
that's real.
Yeah. That's
But you
that's
know,
on
it's
that.
like, I'm there until I get where I have
It's
to go.
very temporary. I only work part-time now. So
you,
it's
you
very
get respect.
Yeah,
Respect.
yeah. It's very temporary.
You were very passionate about that in the previous interview. Like I felt you on that. Like I really felt you on that. A lot
Yeah.
of people, you know, a lot of people don't get that
People
part.
lie about it. I didn't realize.
No, that's like, since I'm free, it's a freeing feeling.
Yeah, it is. But why do people lie about it? Like, why do people say that I'm doing, you know, this full time and then I see you as a bartender or I see you, you know, like you have this, like, I don't.
It's right.
I get it, but it's also like,
Because-
accept where you are to grow.
So true. So true. And a lot of people, you know, because of this flamboyant entertainment, we have to sell a dream to the viewer.
Okay,
get what I'm saying?
Is that fair though? Are they?
It's not.
Okay.
You know, it's in a sense, no one knew Steve Harvey was sleeping in the car until he became a millionaire.
Okay, right.
Get what I'm saying? Like no one knew. You know,
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like Tyler Perry.
So should I not be saying that I work?
Well, no.
in that?
It's just the honesty is what people love because they're like they can really relate to the journey. You're like, wait a minute, no, I remember her saying this in the interview. Like she had a part. Like man, she was really out here grinding, and that's relatable. And now they hear it in the music, and they're like, wow, makes sense. Wow.
It does, and I found out, especially living in Atlanta, that a lot of people move to their parents' house so they can say that they don't have to work and they can just do entrepreneurship full time. Wow. I didn't realize that. Like, I'm paying for a $2,000 apartment.
Come on, sis. Come on.
And the fact that I'm working part time is actually a really great investment that I made.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
You know?
Go ahead.
So I'm not mad at it. I'm not ashamed. I really used to be. I'm not gonna lie to you. Used to be. The first year living in Atlanta, just because people didn't take me serious as an artist. But now that I'm at a state where my confidence is higher than it's ever been.
Go ahead. I love that.
And also that I'm actually able to make money off of, you know, music to certain extents. Like that's a dream.
It only gets better.
I feel like I am living a dream.
Come on, sis,
I do. I feel like I'm not where I want to be, but it's where I need to be.
Come on.
And it's lovely.
Come on, let's do it.
It is.
What's something 2024, January to December? What's something you learned about yourself?
January to December. I learned. Ooh, give me a minute. I think I learned that you don't always have to know the answers.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Expound on that.
You don't always. You can always just trust your gut, and you don't have to know why, but you probably should just trust it. You should probably go with how you're feeling. You should probably go with what your heart's telling you without knowing an answer. It's crazy to say that out loud, but that is something I have learned. Yeah. Do you get that?
100. And I'm trying to come up with a follow-up question about that. But I know exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
I had this thing where I had to stop trying to be in control of everything.
Right.
Like kind of like, because you could be stressed out, you know, trying to make sure everything is right, but how did you come to that? That's a skill.
Yeah. But was it a gut feeling?
Yeah. Like,
okay.
How did you come around to that?
I just trusted my gut. And my best friend just kept telling me to trust my gut. So I kept trusting my gut. And now I'm actually in a situation where I'm moving to Florida.
Go ahead. What part? Are you close to your parents or?
Yeah, close-ish to them, yeah.
That's dope.
To be able to pay less rent and afford more for my marketing.
Come on.
Yeah. And I'm super excited for that.
That's dope.
Because it's at an extent where, like, someone told me, they were like, a lot of people told me, they were like, Jade, you have so many of your friends liking your music, and you know how rare that is.
That is a fact.
And I didn't. It took me until let me say this to whatever camera.
Go ahead.
2024.
Wow.
Whoever's watching this, to realize that the people on my specifically Instagram/YouTube who are watching, and Spotify, who are listening to and watching my content and who are my friends or people I've met, and you guys liking my content is doing way more than you realized.
That's dope.
How do I have like 1,000 people?
Go ahead.
Who I've met, who don't see you, who only see you as Sarah or like, you know, Jade, and don't see you as like Jade the artist, who still support your music. You know how rare that is?
That is very rare. I hear it a lot. It's hard to get the hometown,
rare.
The people when you're closest to.
It took me until this year, like probably mid-year, where I was like, dang, like y'all really are real ones.
Really rock with me.
Yeah, and I really respect you guys. Like, oh, I wish, yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
That's a future thing, but
I was going to ask you in the last year, what's something you learned about people around you? But that is it. It's real. They're
wonderful. And if I get a hate comment, I'm actually not bothered.
Right.
I'm like, oh, you're bothered inside, or like you're hurt because there is no way that you had to like. One guy, he commented. I posted like my Sunday video, which did really good. like just a little like content video I did.
Right.
And he posted, he's like, dirt. And I responded, and I was like, well, that's how flowers grow.
Bar. Bar.
And he liked it and then disliked it. I said, oh, you liked it.
That's real though. Like,
I literally saw it and smiled. I remember I was with my girl and I was like, aw. And then I was like, he had the nerve to comment. And then I responded and I was like, that's how flowers grow.
absolutely. Absolutely. I love that.
Yay.
I love that. How would you handle that? You know, because it's only going to get bigger. You know, it only grows.
I mean,
you know, like the good and the bad. You know, it's 1,000 beautiful comments, 10 negative comments. We we tend to see that.
do people like, okay, this is the thing. There's people like Whitney Houston where you can't actually say she didn't hit that note. You can't say she didn't actually sing that to the best of the ability that American could sing that song.
Come on.
You can't say that. And there are still people commenting, this is garbage. Who the hell would listen to this?
Wow.
I
just
get,
let you know it's
is it delusional?
or just want to be seen, want to be heard.
I think it's want to be seen.
Because you probably, I say this all the time, you probably made his day responding back to him.
I think so. I think so. You know what?
You know what I mean?
One of my homies in the past. No, seriously. No, exactly what you're saying.
Right.
One of my homies in the past, he posted this video. And I always loved his music. Love his music.
Right.
And he posted like a video on like TikTok and someone responded like, this is disgusting, this is garbage. And he was like, I hope someone told you they loved you today.
That's real.
And the guy responded with, thank you, I needed to hear that.
That's real.
Yo, after I saw that, I was like, oh, these people are just either hurt or they're going through something. Or I'm not saying no one can dislike my music. You can do whatever you want, bro.
Right. But you know,
but to say it
right. To say it is almost like, yeah, like I'll show that talent.
I brought up the Whitney Houston thing because I'm like, she's actually like, she doesn't mess up, except at least on singing. So it's like, if you're still gonna have haters and you're that level of talented, it's normal.
Right. Right. So like Beethoven, that was all out of. Wasn't even on tempo.
No, seriously. Okay, you get it.
Man, wasn't even on tempo.
And it's like these,
That's
you don't
real.
know what people are going through at the end of the day.
True.
You don't know people's story.
That's so true.
So you just always respond with love. That's what I do.
Real.
Yeah.
What are you currently, 2025, first quarter, what can the fans, we just had Sunday, what can the fans, the new supporters watching, follow her journey, what can they look forward to in the first quarter?
Ooh, lots of music.
Come on.
I'm working with a lit producer right now. And honestly, I really, really like him.
For sure. What's his name?
His name's Rocky.
Come on, Rocky. Shout him out. That's what's up.
Rocky.
Definitely.
I really like Rocky. I do.
Y'all link networking online? How did y'all link?
I met through a friend. Through my friend Brendan.
That's dope.
So he introduced us. And then I really I've only been working with him for a few months. But honestly, I just like how easy he is to talk to and to work with and how much he really believes in me. You can really tell by not them saying it, but them showing it, you know what I mean?
Absolutely,
in anything.
Absolutely.
But he just shows it in how he cares for my music and how he critiques it and how he's there's a sensitivity there, but there's also such a harsh, I know you can do better.
Gotcha.
I love it.
That's what you need. Absolutely. That's
I love it.
Real.
I love with a lot of the producers I've worked with. I'm going to say specifically him because he's the one I've been working with the most for the past bit right now. But
For sure.
Yeah.
Is he based out in Atlanta as well?
Yeah.
Okay, dope. That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
he
what's up.
is.
Let me ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I wasn't going to say anything.
I was just going to ask you, just through everything you're in this world.
Yeah.
Who is your hero?
My hero, I feel like it has to be my mom.
Respect.
What?
Respect.
That woman's crazy. Awesome.
What's up?
That woman is
She excited? She excited you coming back to Florida? Or coming to Florida?
She feels excited to see her kid. Yeah, I can say that. I'm only going for it, but we'll see what happens.
See how it goes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Again, you don't need to know the answers.
Come on, that's real.
Yeah. So I'm kind of just going, especially with music. Oh my God, I was listening to this podcast. I don't even know who this woman was. She was on Shuffle.
Go ahead.
But she was saying, that you don't, basically what I just said before, yes, you don't know what the future's gonna hold, but also you just really need to try something out and see what happens, because you get to know yourself that way as well.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Just like you said, to dip that toe in
Yeah.
Bring it back on out.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to know.
I don't know if you're
It's
supposed.
real, sis. It's real.
You know what's interesting? Okay, hold up.
I'm right there with you. Take your time. Right there with you.
I've been watching a lot of their podcasts.
Respect,
Okay.
sis. Respect.
I don't know, interview podcasts.
Yeah.
I call them interviews. I'm gonna call them podcasts right now. And people keep saying that they give their all in a situation.
Go ahead.
Okay, can we talk about this?
Let's talk about it.
Integrity.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
How? I don't. But do you think, this is me to you.
Yes.
Do you think there's a confusion between giving your all and then the disconnect between giving what that person needs at the time and then not being able to give that specific need, but giving other things?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. That's a big part of therapy. I was a therapist for kids for 2 years. So I got to know a lot about like disconnects,
Right.
specifically in a lot of different areas.
Gotcha.
But when I think about people who always say like, I gave my all in this relationship and, you know, they just didn't give it back. I get it. I do.
It sounds.
But isn't it a disconnect?
Absolutely.
Because if you're saying it and you're with someone who's like-minded, who probably did that similar thing,
What,
isn't it just a disconnect that's actually like putting you guys in such a bad negative space?
wow. Do you feel like a lot of people come into relationships unhappy? Trauma bonding?
Oh, yes. I was like, okay, that can be vague, but yes, trauma bonding is, I think, a base of, I'm going to say over 50% of relationships.
Real.
I think so. I don't know if that's a fact.
But you can.
I do, whenever people talk to me about their relationships, what they do whenever they find out I was any type of therapist, it seems to be a trauma bonding response. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think trauma bonding is something, if you want to get into relationships, I don't think trauma bonding is something where you can't actually make it work, but it does seem to be a very selfish thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Psychology is not, or let me say therapy's not magic, but it just takes proper communication, and I think people lack that a lot, especially when they're focused on what are you doing for me?
Go ahead.
You know, like, why am I giving this all? And people say they're givers, and it's like you're actually just focusing on what
the person can do. Go ahead.
Yes. No, you're going to say it. Do for you.
Focus on what they can.
Yeah. And it's just interesting. It's interesting, especially when my friends tell me about their relationships, and I'm like, but are you seeing what this person needs?
Go ahead.
And are you trying to understand that that's a need that either you can fulfill or you can't? And if you can't, are you trying to put them in an area where you know they can, or you can be able to do that for them? It's very interesting.
A lot of it is financial gain.
Okay. Wow.
Not even trauma bonding. A lot of it is, you know, the trauma, the financial trauma.
Right.
Getting with someone because, you know, two peas in a pod, we have to make this work. And they're not even building off of. I say this a lot. I say this a lot. Family, friends, everything. I said, if you had $1 million in the bank, would you still be with that person? And people cannot.
I've never been a money person.
I'm saying, if Jade had what I'm saying is a lot of people trauma bond and a lot of people, you know, build off of necessity.
Okay.
I need this.
Oh.
So I'm saying Jade, like if Jade, you know, and I'm just saying hypothetically, would Jade put up with that if she had $1 million in the bank? You know what I'm saying? Like some people, you know,
okay.
Get what I'm saying? So some people do put up with certain things because of necessity. You know, it's not even, and then it
that's what you're
becomes,
saying.
then it becomes, you know,
toxic.
very
is
toxic,
the word
very
use.
toxic. You know, so yeah, it's like a lot of it is financially there. You know, and if kids are involved, it makes it even that much more of a strain. But definitely, yeah, it's a lot of. I talk to a lot of people who, you know, it's givers. Then it's like, you know, I had to leave because this person, you know, this all we're protective. It's always someone else's fault, you know. Now, but I had a few people to come on, you know, that took full accountability. You know,
I hear that.
I was an asshole. I was a dick. I was, you know, like like for real, like.
I think when it comes to, I'm definitely someone who I do give a lot. I can definitely say that after a lot of reflection on myself, but I also would never, ever want to put someone in a situation where they can have a hard time afterwards, but it's like, I'm not putting them in a situation where I'm I'm not throwing them on the streets.
Right.
That's crazy to me.
Right.
Like they could have really done me. I don't know. It's just not in me. I have a sense of guilt to where I wouldn't be able to do that. I think unless you like killed my mom. I would
Something
have
crazy,
a
right? It had to be, but you have
But
that.
I mean, yeah, like,
Do you put others before you?
yeah,
Has it always been a problem?
kind of.
I'm hearing this a lot. I'm in my selfish season.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot from a lot of creatives.
I don't feel selfish either, though.
Okay.
Okay, I don't feel selfish because, you know what? I'm big on definitions.
Go ahead.
Can I get my phone out?
Of course.
I'm about to just really quickly Google the definition of selfish. Selfish definition. Lacking consideration of others, concerned with one's own personal profit. I don't feel that.
Gotcha.
I feel like as long as they're gonna be okay, I can care for myself. So therefore, and I've read this definition many times, I just want to make sure I got it correct.
Right.
I don't feel selfish because I do feel very considerate for others.
Gotcha.
I just don't want to put them in a position where they're fucked up.
Are you in a relationship currently?
No.
Why?
I don't want to be. I don't want to be. I don't want to be. I don't know if I'm scared. I can't. That's a whole personal thing I got to deal with.
So you are selfish. No.
But I make sure that people around me, I still can give to them.
Gotcha.
In a way that I'm allowing myself to. No, I don't. No, I know you're kidding.
But
I
no,
don't,
I'm saying
I don't feel
someone-
too selfish
Right.
not being in one. I do feel like I need to focus on myself in
Right.
order to be in one, though. And
I
that's
like that.
that's a real thing,
Just
though.
like we said, like, people come into relationships, unhappy. You're like, I need to focus.
Yeah.
Not saying you are. I'm saying you need to focus on me to
Yes.
be the best version for someone else.
I am very
love that.
happy. It could be a selfish thing, but I'm not gonna say. It actually couldn't be because I'm not lacking consideration for anyone. I'm at like. Yeah, I am a little nervous though. I've met some really cool people.
Real.
Who have been very interested. I'm. I love traveling. I love
We'll
doing.
have their names at the bottom of this.
Okay, no, please don't. They're wonderful. They actually
Right.
are. There's some very wonderful people. But I'm also like going with it is at the end of the day God's plan.
That's right.
If my gut didn't say do it, don't do it. If my gut said move. And
You have no regrets.
none.
I like that. You just don't. It's
None.
like, no.
I don't believe in regrets. So my mom taught me that. She
I
said
love
you only
that.
have 48 hours of guilt.
Explain
After that,
I love that.
48 hours of guilt. That's actually a thing in the
sounds like a book, like
the
I need to
Baha'i
read.
faith.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Where you can only have 48 hours of guilt. So you can only feel bad for 48 hours before you realize, okay, I need to do something about this. You're human. You might feel
Absolutely.
guilty for a bit longer, but that's all you can allow yourself to cry.
Wow.
All you can allow yourself to grieve. It's very strict too. It's even for deaths.
Wow.
Because you can still be sad because they can't tell you how to feel at the end of the day, but
Go
they can
ahead.
tell you, like you need to move a certain way in order to
Absolutely.
feel better, or in
Absolutely.
order to get better, in order to grow.
Wow.
Yeah, so I really do love that. I
That's
do.
real.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You said who your hero was. It's your mom.
I have to say my mom.
Who do you admire in this world the most?
Who do I admire the most? I'm sorry, it's my mom,
Real.
man.
Respect.
Bro, that woman, I'm not even gonna go on.
Come on.
That woman's been through it. Okay, she came from South America. She didn't know English. She came here with her
Wow.
brothers and sisters, came into this school, got made fun of. People took over her house. People hurt her. You know what I mean? Like, she's really gone through it, and I'm sure she hasn't even told me half her stories.
Right.
But when I'm like, I'm related to that?
That warrior.
Yeah, and then that allows you to be a hero within yourself, and that's
Real.
beautiful at the end of the day,
that.
you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Let me ask you this. What is the music, daughter, everything, what is your proudest accomplishment thus far?
Proudest accomplishments? Whoa!
Right?
Can I ask you
Yes.
what your proudest accomplishment
Go
is?
ahead. I'm waiting. Go ahead and ask me.
What is it?
Being free.
Okay.
Oh my God. Being
That's so
free.
fair.
Being
so
free. Owning my time.
Ooh, that's big, bruh.
Sis.
Do the thing. Do the thing. Wow. Yeah.
That is my proudest accomplishment thus far. Owning my time. It is, you almost have to trick yourself out of not being I'm saying this with all respect, a slave to the system. Because that's all you knew since ninth grade in your first job.
Yeah.
Is being a slave to the system.
Yeah.
It is freedom.
Yeah.
And it takes getting used to, but that is my proudest accomplishment because everything changes.
Yeah.
Everything changes. But yeah, that's my proudest accomplishment.
That's lit.
Come on. That's real.
Yeah, that's lit.
Real.
I think mine is learning specific virtues. I think discipline's a big one. I'm definitely getting much better at understanding the value of discipline in my life.
Go ahead.
That is amazing. That is a character.
Go ahead.
That allows you to thrive in every aspect, in relationships, in your daily life, in school, in work, in family. That is something where you're able to actually better understand yourself as well. Like if you can teach yourself discipline.
Go ahead, sis.
Oh my gosh, you can teach yourself how to succeed. And that's amazing.
Why do you think discipline is such a hard thing to grasp in the everyday citizen, American, Canadian? Why do you think it's so hard to grasp?
Because it's so easy to just do wrong. Like it's an easier choice, isn't it? Don't you learn about that?
Absolutely.
I swear I've learned, maybe I learned about that in like religious school, but I swear I learned about like your lower nature and your higher nature, and your lower nature being, anything you do that's more corrupt for your soul.
Gotcha.
And that not, including not being disciplined.
Right.
And that's something where it's like, okay, is it easier to make a protein shake from all these ingredients in your fridge or have a sip of alcohol?
Go ahead.
Which
put
one's
that to the side.
Okay. I'm just saying,
but no, that's so true.
Which one's easier? What is it easier to lie to this girl or tell her the truth? Is it, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like you're winning temporarily until you lose. Yeah.
Winning temporarily. It's a false.
It's not a win at the end of the day. It's till you lose, because if it's a temporary thing.
Wow.
You better just.
You're very wise for your age.
Oh, thank you.
Who on this earth knows you the best?
Integrity.
Okay. Maybe it's you. No, but, I don't know. Good question.
Right. It's like you don't know. Not saying you.
No, you're right. Keep going.
Like, yeah, because I'm like, man, like you didn't know you were capable of moving to Atlanta. You didn't know you were capable of moving to Florida. Like,
no.
You're still getting to know you. Like, who knows you?
Can I say no one knows? Like,
go ahead. I've been hearing that a lot. Everybody's been saying that.
Okay.
Like, no one knows me. And they'll say it quick.
Because you're learning yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I think my mom has an idea. I think my best friend might have the best idea.
Gotcha.
I don't think people I've been with know me. I think they want to see me for what they think I am, and then they don't want to see me for who I am, and then they get mad at that.
Gotcha.
I don't usually get mad at anyone either, whether it's a relationship or not. I don't get really mad at who they are, because maybe there is a time I do try to see their potential, but I really am like, this is who you are. Like, yeah.
You can't change it.
I'm big on that, especially nowadays. I'm big on, this is who you are. I'm going to accept that. I'm really big on that, because you can be 50 years old and still try to see people's potential, and I don't like that.
Wow.
I've seen it in so many of my family members, of people I love, of older relatives, of the elder people I've worked with. I'm just like, why are you at this age and you're still trying to be like, he could do this? I don't love that. My mom is so happy with my dad, and they have been together for so long, and they have just been like rocks for each other. And my mom said, like, they're so cute. They're each other's best friends. Oh my God. I go home and they're playing tag. It's just cute.
Right, go get married.
And my mom's like, we get mad. We get mad at each other, but
on.
I know I accept him for who he is right now. What? Like, she's like, at first I didn't. And that's how we had so many complications. But when you really accept the person, you get annoyed, but you don't get mad.
I love that.
Because that's an exception.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
imperfect souls we are. Just like you accept someone for being that is so dope.
It's crazy.
Wow. Like I say this, we're just souls having this human experience. You know what I mean?
Isn't that wild?
Just like, go ahead. So
Isn't that wild?
That's some real, you know what I mean?
It is
like,
real.
It's real.
Yeah.
Let me ask you that while we're on that. Is it better to be loved or respected?
It's better to love others.
I knew you would say that.
Oh, okay.
Just go ahead. I just knew you would say that.
I think it's better
You're
to love others.
You're the less than 1 percentile that would say love.
Really?
Everyone has said respect.
Wow.
I knew you would somehow say love. Explain.
I think I see love very differently.
Go ahead.
I think I see love as something that actually comes from God. And if something comes from God, how can it lack any of the other virtues? You know what? You're right. You're right. In a lot of the songs nowadays, 21 has a song, I'd rather see loyalty than love.
I've heard
Because
it.
love, like, loyalty, you're going to have my back. But if you understood the real definition
of love,
you would understand
covers the multitude of sin.
that it covers everything.
Come on.
I'm not saying when you love someone, you ain't going to be mad. You ain't going to disrespect them. You ain't going to do this.
Yeah, I often say love comes with a lot of entitlement.
Bruh.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
It does. It does. 100%.
And again, it's about what you can do for me.
That's so true. So true.
But love is such a selfless virtue.
It is.
I heard it's not even I know it's not even an emotion.
Wow.
It's something greater than an emotion. Actually, every religious book, so part of the Baha'i faith is you actually look into the other religions.
Wow.
And you learn from a lot of the religious books as well, because the base of it is all the religions teach the same thing.
Wow.
For that point in society at the time. And I love that.
Wow. Right. Go ahead. No, that's real.
But it's just like, love is something that
is.
actually, you can't what is it? It's about trust. Like, the whole concept of being truthful to someone else comes through love. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have love for someone to be a sense of, like, want to show them a sense of honesty.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
God so loved the world that he gave.
Yeah.
I love he gave. Just like you said, like I'm a giver. Like we say.
Again, it's important to remember definitions.
So true.
If love has a definition, and if it's infinite, excuse my language, and if it means that it's something that's, like everlasting and something that's very fruitful and the most advanced virtue we've ever come to know,
absolutely,
it has to also have the aspect of respect.
Real.
Now, if you love someone you don't respect them, that's not my problem.
Right.
You need to get your priorities straight.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's real.
But
that's
yeah,
real.
I think that because a lot of people say they respect others and they disrespect them. So why are you saying you love someone and then you disrespect them?
So true.
It's very interesting.
Having time or money, which one means most to you?
Time.
What? I knew you would say time too.
Of course.
Absolutely. Real.
Okay.
Real.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me shut up. About time or money? What? Time. It's not even a question.
If you had an extra 6 hours, 30 hours a day, what would you do with those 6 hours?
I already have an extra 6 hours a day.
I love it. So you really want to. I love it.
What are you talking about? I don't use my time wisely enough. I'm aware. I'm self-aware.
I love, but your honesty, that integrity you have. I love it. No, but that integrity you have for sure. Like it's, but you're saying, but you mentioned 6 or 7. That integrity you have as far as even with that, like time. We always feel like we could be doing more. Mm-hmm. Are you hard on yourself?
Not to the extent others are. Like, not to the extent athletes are. Shoot. Been enough of those.
Okay.
But I'm hard on myself to where I always think I could be doing more. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But I'm also I give myself a lot of grace.
I've been hearing that too, and just hearing you creative say that, it's helped me in my journey.
Oh, good.
Giving grace.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, it helps a lot. Like, cause you not
if
saying.
If not, you get pimples.
Go ahead. You're saying something.
I'm saying your body reacts to your mental. Wow. And if your body's reacting to your mental and your mental's messed up, you're going to have pimples, bad skin, dry skin, acne.
Wow.
Losing hair.
That's so true.
Your body does react to your mental.
Wow.
So make sure you treat your mental with care.
What you, physical, you work out.
Do.
Absolutely. So how do you, incorporate that in your well-being, your overall?
I didn't always work out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't always work out. My dad got me into working out when I was younger.
Dope.
I wasn't consistent. Some guy got me into working out. I wasn't consistent. And then another guy got me working out. I was more consistent.
Okay.
It wasn't until I said, all right, I need my time to myself.
Gotcha.
Consistent as hell.
Come on. Real. What does that do for your mental?
4 days a week in
Come on.
6 months now, which is insane. I think I missed 1 week, 2 days because I was
You were
sick.
pissed off, weren't you?
I was sick.
I know you were pissed off.
When I'm pissed, I go to the gym.
No, I'm saying like
Oh,
because you missed
yes,
that.
yes.
You was like, man,
No, I gave myself grace.
Okay.
I
Oh,
did.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I said, it's okay. I'll get back. And I did.
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I did. But work, that incorporated discipline in my life, which incorporated 2 hours a day dedicated to music a day.
That's good. That's good.
I love that.
Do you record, home studio?
Yeah, my house.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're learning the engineering aspect as well.
Yeah, I've known how to engineer since I was 15.
Come on. That's
Yeah,
what's up. Dope.
Garage
That's
Band.
dope.
Okay.
That's dope. Yeah,
and
man.
then I got Pro
Dope.
Tools,
That's
and
dope.
then
That's
I
right.
started using BandLab, and now I use Pro Tools again.
For sure. That's what's up. Do you have a certain type of mic that you like? A warm mic or?
Don't know anything about
Okay,
mics.
but you just know. You just know the sound.
Let me
is
know
right.
about mics,
Gotcha.
guys.
Okay, gotcha.
know
What do you see yourself? What do you see your sound?
Can I eat this?
We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
But you could get one. Gotcha.
Sorry.
Where do you see yourself in your music evolving in the next 5 years?
Where do I see myself in my music evolving in 5 years?
2030 sounds crazy.
Who? 2030?
2030 sounds crazy. Just
It don't
just
sound
saying,
real.
It
Don't
don't
say
even
it.
sound.
Don't say it. It's not real. Do I see my music evolve? I am just so excited to learn from other artists, to learn from other entrepreneurs, to learn from other producers, to learn from other creatives. I have no idea. I know it's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
I know it's gonna be great. I wish I could be that person that says in 5 years, this is my goal. I have goals. I do want to keep those personal. I don't know why. I feel like every time I've kept them personal, it's happened. So
Okay,
I'm just gonna
gotcha.
just do
Gotcha.
that.
Okay, gotcha.
I do. I'm big on that. But I do know that I'm just gonna continue to be great when you keep such like an open mindset.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that.
Very
Love
loving,
that.
very loving.
When it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
What's that mean?
When it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered for?
What do you want your legacy to be? I don't know. Shoot. I guess, I don't know. Wow. I know that people are gonna know that I'm great.
Real.
But that's not good enough. I don't know. That one I gotta think on more. What would you say?
Respect. He gave.
Just like that.
He gave.
Like,
That's all I want people to remember me for is he gave.
like God gave?
Like God gave.
God gave.
He gave. He was there for people. He gave.
I do like the idea of being there for people.
Really?
I do like the idea of artists always making those videos like, dang, I wasn't gonna put this song out and then I got this message from this person who was about to kill himself. Like, not that I love that, but it's just like the whole Lord have mercy.
But no, you're saying
They help somebody.
absolutely.
It's amazing. What? Isn't that what life's about?
Absolutely.
Helping the next
Helping.
generation?
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
I
That's
love
amazing,
that.
yeah.
Love that.
Big on that. Big on that.
With $100 million in your bank account tomorrow morning,
Okay.
what changes about Jade?
She's gonna put probably $1 million into marketing. Probably give $1 million to each person she loves.
Oh, that's dope.
And then she's probably gonna, I guess, get a house. Shoot, do people answer this detailed?
Some do. Some.
If I could, I would buy like a membership to Chick-fil-A for like a life year warranty.
Real.
Yeah, I would do that. And then I could always give it to the homeless. You know what I mean?
That's dope. Dope.
It's lit. What else?
What's your favorite thing for
Shoot,
Chick-fil-A?
I don't know. What do you mean favorite thing? Chicken.
Favorite? What's your favorite? What do you order? What's the last thing you ordered from Chick-fil-A?
Last thing?
The last thing
Grilled.
you ordered.
are you doing getting grilled chicken?
Nuggets or the actual sandwich?
I don't even know the grilled stuff. You like the grilled stuff?
It was okay for a moment. When it first came out, it was okay.
Oh, it was good, better?
When it first came out.
Okay, it was
it's
better?
Overrated now.
Oh, okay.
It's not as juicy as it used to be.
Really?
Right? Yeah,
It's kind of
not-
dry, right?
It is.
Okay.
It's not the same. It's
Okay.
not. It's not.
I had it for the first time. I was trying to be like healthy.
You're right.
And I
hated it.
and I had it and it was gross.
That's right.
So just get chicken. Yo,
get
eat
your
what
peanut
you
oil
want,
chicken.
bro. Eat what you want. Don't eat those little Debbie's cakes, though. Those are so bad for you. I heard those were recalled because of cancer or something.
Oh, wow.
Okay, don't stop it. Don't make it serious.
It's all right. We'll be right back later.
A little hostess.
Right.
No,
Real.
I heard they were recalled, but other than that, I do be eating what I want.
Which one means most to you, your happiness or your legacy?
Do you know what I'm gonna answer?
Your happiness.
It is my happiness. Isn't that come with a legacy? Doesn't it?
I don't think so.
Okay, but don't legacy. Okay.
It's a lot of people who were pissed off that had a beautiful legacy.
For me, it's happiness. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Real.
It is. I'm not gonna be unhappy and have a legacy. That's wild.
Gotcha.
I get one life.
Gotcha. Come on.
No, I'm someone who doesn't believe that my life stops here, though.
Go.
How do you feel about that?
You're saying something.
Do you feel that?
I didn't want to talk about that, but we could go there. I've been waiting for this.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't feel the same. I feel the exact same way you feel.
Oh, you do?
Absolutely.
I don't. Okay, let me hear me out. This is how my mom's described it to me, and this really could come from religion. She just told it to me. She said, okay, there's the whole analogy of a baby in a womb, okay?
Go ahead.
When a baby's in the womb, I've told this to so many of my friends. When a baby's in the womb, they don't understand why they're growing legs and arms and ears and a mouth and eyes because they don't need it. They're in their mom's stomach. And all they need is food and love.
Wow.
And then the mom gives birth.
Right.
The baby has no idea what's going on. The baby's like, whoa, what the hell? Like, why is there an opening? Like, do I have to go out that? I don't want to. I'm comfortable. Like, what the heck's going on? And they get out and they're like, wait a second. I can grab this. I can kick this. I can see that. I can hear this. They have no idea when they're in their mom's stomach that they needed all of these properties on them that they grew in their mom. And my mom described it to me as when you're in this world, you gain these virtues through being the best version of yourself.
Wow.
And once you have these virtues, you're like, it's cool to have them. They give good friends and they allow me to be, the best version of myself. But what is next?
What
but
else?
You can't fathom in your head in this world.
Like the baby couldn't.
Just like the baby couldn't understand that there was a next world waiting for them with different properties. Not different properties, but allowing them to use things that they didn't need in their mom. So it's it's certain things where it's like, okay, they might not be physical, but they might be spiritual.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so there are attributes like that where it's like, okay, so for the next world, maybe we can't fathom it. Maybe it doesn't have to be feeling. Maybe it's not physical. Maybe it's not even mental. But it's something we don't understand.
And
but
we'll never...
There is a reason we are here, and I can't...
That's a fact.
Even atheists think that when talking to them, that there's a reason we're here. Maybe there's some people that don't believe that, but I think at the back of the mind, they do believe that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
I do.
I think that's my whole thing on it. My mom told me that. It's definitely a big Baha'i thing, I think. But yeah.
Real.
You use those attributes for the next world. So you can't understand it, but you have to trust it.
I love that.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Deep. That is very. I never even heard it put like that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That is so deep. That was, and you that was deep.
I didn't describe it the best, but
you did. No, that's what I was about to say. You described it like I was in the story. I was the baby in the womb. Like, oh shit. That is the opening.
The whole analogy is like,
absolutely.
You can't even remember when you were a baby in the womb.
Absolutely.
What? You better not be doing some bullshit on Earth to where in the next world it's like, I don't even. And then if you get, okay, what happens when a baby doesn't grow an arm? Then they're left without an arm for the rest of their life until the next world. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's like, if we don't have the attributes of cleanliness, of understanding, of I'm not going to count love as one because I think it is greater than any understanding we have, but like of generosity, of courage, are we lacking that for the next world?
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
Whoa.
Get all the attributes you can in now.
Absolutely. I love that. You saying something. You saying something.
It's beautiful. I live by that.
That is dope.
That's why I'm just always very open when I meet people, and just like I can learn so much from you, because that's how you grow and you learn how to develop certain virtues, I guess you could say. Yeah.
It's dope, sis.
Thanks.
Really, really dope.
Thanks.
You are very wise. Very wise.
My mama.
Shout out to mama again, man. Shout out to mama. Right, mama. Let me ask you this before we get out of here. What is that one message? We don't know the time, the date, nor the hour.
Yeah.
What's that one message you would give to your great, great grandchildren right now that's watching this? This is something I'm starting with you. It's going to be the final question of the integrity response. What's that one message you would give to your great, great grandkids that are watching right now about 2024, 2025 in this life?
I would say, I think trusting your gut is a big thing, but they better freaking know that already.
That's right.
But I think,
it's deep, ain't it?
It's way deeper than the question even gives.
Go ahead.
It's just, I think love being the basis for any interaction you have, for any feeling you have, for any, just understanding the power of virtue.
Go ahead.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing. That's how you can really be the best you. And I want my grandkids to be the best them. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, I don't even know if this is the best answer to give, but just treating everyone with the utmost respect, even if you don't feel respected. It doesn't matter. You don't know what that person's been through.
Go ahead.
Like, keep being kind. People always say that they get like so drained. I don't feel like I'd be getting that drained. Like, if you keep treating people with actual, genuine kindness,
Go ahead.
they can't keep coming at you so disrespectful, right?
The God in them won't even allow it to.
I feel like there's...
The God in them won't even allow it to.
And if they do, politely remove yourself.
Absolutely.
But also don't not trust anyone because of that. Because that hurts you at the end of the day. These people who are so like hurt, it's because they they got hurt, and it's like, so why are you hurting other people because you're hurt? That's not fair.
Absolutely. Wow.
So just like, continuing the cycle of love, even if you don't feel like you got it.
Respect.
You know what I mean? I don't
that.
know how hard that is, but that's gonna be the thing on the top of my mind right now.
I love that.
Okay.
I love that, Jade. That's dope. That's dope. Jade, it has been a pleasure. It has been. You are. We're gonna have to come back and do this again for sure.
Yes,
for sure.
I loved it.
For sure.
Yes.
As tradition on the integrity response.
I loved
If you
it.
can reach into that bowl, grab a fortune cookie, open
Oh.
it, and read it to your supporters, and like that, we out of here.
Okay. This is so cute.
Oh, I love it. Love
Okay.
it.
Okay. How do people open it?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotcha. You good.
This is embarrassing. For real. Oh, shoot. Okay. Do they eat it?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Okay.
Some say for the fortune to come true, you have to eat it. That's what
You
some
do?
people say. I've heard.
No issue there.
Right.
No issue
No
there.
issue there. Jay said, I'm about to take the rest of those.
Oh, God.
Wait. Oh. That's real. Jay said, there's no more. They're good. They're the good ones, too, ain't they?
Oh.
Yes, man. Right. You can get 3 more, Jade, okay? Right, just 3. That's real.
Okay. Ain't no way you read this.
Go ahead.
No.
Come on. Wow. Declare peace every day. That is what you spoke to your great-grandchildren. That is what this whole entire interview has been about.
crazy.
That is so dope.
That's what.
Declare peace every day. Wow.
was
Come
really
on,
good.
man. That's dope.
That was really
That is
yummy.
dope. That is dope. That is dope. I love it. I love it. Jade, it's been a pleasure.
That's been wonderful.
Come on, sis, we got to do this again. 2025, we got to do it again. I
Yes.
appreciate you.
Yes.
Integrity Response, Jade. Y'all follow everything she's done, everything she's doing, everything she's about to do.
Yes.
Stand by for 2025.
Period.
Salute. We out of here.